Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so this was actually a requested video topic, which is basically, how are current events affecting career / school? At the time, of course, that I am filming this, the whole entire world is being affected by COVID-19, and that is affecting definitely all areas of life. The one thing I will want to mention is that even though this video and these piles are kind of thinking about, again, this current situation right now, at the time that I'm filming this, I do want to say that, there's still messages that can apply further into the future after all of this blows over, that could still apply to whatever, your current situation is with, or current events going on in your life in relation to your career or school. But of course, there's going to be, throughout this video, some messages, some topics that are going to be more directed at sort of, again, the COVID-19 situation. So if, again, there's a message specifically towards that, you can replace that with whatever your current event or situation is, or completely ignore that message, just to say that, I don't want this to seem like not possibly a timeless reading, because it is kind of like that, but then it's also applying to, again, the current situation that we are in right now as of 2020. So with that, I do want to also mention that each pile, minus, a few decks, each pile is completely unique in the cards that are in it. So again, if you want to watch, or you feel drawn to watch more than one of these piles, it's going to be really interesting to see what messages come up for you, because again, each pile has unique cards in it. And so I definitely feel like if you were to sit down and watch this whole entire video and watch all of the piles, you're going to get like some very strong collective messages, because I think that is definitely what's going to come through. Of course, generally speaking, what is happening as far as career and schooling, a lot of places, school has been canceled for the rest of the year. A lot of people who are not considered essential are not working right now because they can't. We're trying to limit the outbreak of things. Media is blowing the whole entire situation out of proportion, as it always does, and people, read into that. It causes panic. It's really important not to panic, but also, use common sense. Don't just ignore all the warnings. Don't, stay safe, protect yourself, wear gloves, wear a mask if you're going out in public anywhere, and wash your hands consistently. Just have common decency in this situation, because a lot of people are not doing that, and it's just making the situation worse. Also, panicking is making the situation worse. Other people saying that this is all bullshit and it's fake news are also making it worse, because this is a serious situation. It is a real thing. Real people have passed away from it. So it's like, it's something not to panic. Try not to panic, but also don't not take it seriously, is the point I'm saying. And again, with each one of these piles, I'm trying to see, what you guys need to know about the current situation for your career in school, what you need to know, maybe how this is affecting you, what's going to come of this in the current state of things. Again, apply that in the future how you will to whatever your situation is. So with me finishing rambling, let me go ahead and introduce you to the piles. So for pile 1, we of course have the Julian charm here. For pile 2, we have this water cube, water lily girl. For pile 3, we have Asra. And for pile 4, we have the honeycomb girl. And then for pile 5, we of course have Count Lucio. So again, take as much time as you need to meditate on the piles, use a pendulum, use whatever system works for you to connect to your higher self, to your intuition, to your guides, whatever it may be. And again, if you're attracted to more than one pile, please do watch more than one. And also, please do remember that these are general readings, so not every card, not every message is going to apply to you personally, so take it how you will. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into these messages. For those of you who picked pile 1 with the Julian charm here, let's let's go ahead and dive into your cards. Oh boy, if you hear any weird sounds, it's very, very windy today. So let's go ahead and see what we have as far as the tarot goes. So we have the Sun card here. We also have the Ace of Cups. And we also have the Five of Cups. So just looking at these, clearly what is happening, how these events are kind of affecting you for your career or slash school. Yeah, there's kind of some loss. There's definitely some difficulties, and this is very highly emotional for you guys particularly. This is very tied to your emotions with mostly Ace, the Suit of Cups here. I definitely feel like, and again, I feel like I'm gonna be repeating a lot of similar messages throughout all of these piles, but this time right now is definitely about inner reflection. It's about realizing and refocusing perspective on new opportunities, new ways of looking at things. Because with the Five of Cups, there's still two cups standing. So really how you view everything, it's all of everything that is occurring in your physical reality is all a reflection of what is happening in your inner reality, if that makes sense. So for you on a personal scale, that is definitely what is happening. And when you can realize that, it's gonna show you that there's a lot that you can take from the current situation, especially if you have been experiencing any sort of loss or any kind of difficulties in career or schooling. It's like this is an opportunity for you to make a change, because there's a reason why definitely certain things are being blocked. Obviously, globally, again, getting into specific current events right now with the COVID-19 thing, it's like this whole thing has happened as a massive shift and a massive push for, I think, all of humanity to change our shit up, okay? And that's definitely, globally what's, I think, is going to happen, as well as just individually for each of us. It's a time of, again, this self-reflection that you're going through and really needing to release what you've been holding on to for so long, whatever expectations or regrets or guilt or whatever that you've been holding on to when it comes to your career or school situation. It's time to release that shit and move towards a new beginning here with the Ace of Cups and also with the Sun. I mean, the Sun here is really positive. It's like, I feel like you guys are thinking of the situation, and you guys might be a group where it's like you're taking this so to a scary, panicky place. But the moment you stop doing that, you realize that you're actually going to get a lot out of this, because again, it was that massive change in your perception that is going to lead to, the truth being revealed here with the Sun. It's coming to clarity, being honest with yourself, staying strong, and having a lot of rational understanding. Again, you need to control your emotions in this situation, not let them kind of run rampant. Because if you do, you'll understand that you are strong enough to withstand anything that comes into your path. You are safe, and that you can persevere through this, and you're gonna, find the solution that you need, because it's sitting right underneath your nose, I feel like. So let's also go ahead and see what else we have here. So we have the Metal King with discipline, armor, and boundaries. We also have patience. We have openness, and look, we have that contradiction there of the sun, and we have an image of the moon here. We also have tulip, trust in your efforts, in the reverse. We also have palm, apply past lessons, in the reverse. And we have daffodil with trust in your power. So I'm going to go ahead and start with these. So I definitely feel like, that is such a huge message right there with the Metal King of discipline. This is something that a lot of people are going to be going through, especially on the school front of things. Because again, pretty much all public schools, all schools in general have closed their doors and have transitioned to, if they're still open, if they're still doing stuff, to online learning. And that is something that so many people seem to be freaking out about because they don't know how to handle it. And a lot of it comes down to that discipline and that self-starting and self-motivation, which a lot of public schools don't really instill and teach to a lot of people. I am somebody who I am very comfortable with online learning, and I've done that for many years because I experienced my whole entire life pretty much the kind of situation that a lot of people are now experiencing, which is homeschooling. And it's a really powerful and good thing to really learn because, again, it teaches you how to be a self-starter, a self-motivator. And that is something that is to understand how to discipline yourself and not always needing somebody else to discipline you. You have to instill that in yourself and learn that. And learn the boundaries, put those boundaries on yourself so that you can get the work that you need to done. It takes a lot of patience, but it also takes a lot of being more open-minded to new learning situations and new opportunities for some of you. It's like when it comes to career, you have to have patience because this isn't going to be the state of things forever. It's going to stop. It is going to end, and things will go back to normal. Although I think the normal that we're going to get next is not really what everybody's used to, because again, it's going to take some time for things to get back into a normal rhythm. And so everybody has to be more open to what is coming in. And how to adapt. A lot of this is about adaptation, I think, for you guys. And again, understanding your past lessons. And you have to trust that you have the discipline to achieve what you need to, either in work or schooling. I also feel like for you guys particularly, you should really look at your natal chart information and, how the placements and planets are in your houses, in your natal chart at the time you were born. You can also look at progressions, astro.com, great place to use as a resource. So let's also get more into specific messages from each one of these cards. So with patience, in dense fog, it's best to be quiet and still. For now, don't go forward. Wait. It's hard to see what lies ahead, and things may not be as they seem. Things that seem one way may in fact be completely different. Be patient. The truth will emerge. The truth will emerge, and that's what the sun is all about. It's bringing the truth to light here. So again, there's something that you're not understanding, you're not realizing in your current situation, but light is going to be shed on it if you just are a little bit more patient. An epiphany is coming for you guys. So in this state of obscured visibility, your imagination and intuition can be sparked. If you can wait long enough, your dreams and inner yearnings can find fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts. So that is a really interesting message. And then we have openness. So with openness, let's see. This is all about the secrets of the moon, and it's talking about when we receive this card, be open to receiving signs, be still, do nothing, be open, breathe. These are just reiterating each other. I don't know what just happened on my screen, but where am I? Yeah, do nothing, be open, breathe, relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you're trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding the situation. Become the sacred watcher. Observe life as it unfolds, rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Be receptive to messages from your soul. This card can also be the bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. So again, there's something unexpected, like something you're not going to expect that's going to come from the situation. And the best option right now is just to be still. And again, live in the moment right now, because there's not much else you can do. Receive and listen to the signs that are coming through. That's another thing that I think this whole entire situation is trying to teach people, is just how to be more relaxed, honestly, and go with the flow more, because not enough people do that anymore, especially in certain countries, certain places. It's all work and no play, and you need a balance of both. And speaking of balancing and discipline and all that, we got the Metal King, which as the upright position is your ally here. So The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable the task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathetic you may be. Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished. So again, what you've already learned, be proud of those things. And again, some of you might be extremely, since we have such an emotional energy here anyway, you guys could be empaths. And so you're really picking on not only just like the people around you, emotions, but also globally. And that can really fuck you up. So it's like you really need to learn how to set those healthy boundaries and to cleanse yourself regularly. So let's also talk about these little cards that we have here. Starting off with that tulip. So again, in the reverse, it is all about there are no shortcuts to success. It requires focus, hard work, time, and persistence. And one or more of these is why things are not unfolding as you desire. So it's good to have a vision, but without some practicalities and mundane efforts, that vision will not come to fruition in its most powerful form. Stay grounded and do not allow yourself to be distracted. Lay a solid foundation. Build upon it a little at a time. Do not try and do everything at once, and you will begin to see what vision manifests. So again, that's like really important, is that I feel like you are a group who are getting really distracted by the current global situation, that you're losing focus about what really matters to you. So you need to get back to your roots, back to your foundation, and focus on that. Don't let all the other stuff, don't let all the emotions and dramas. If you're staying safe and you're doing what you're supposed to, this gives you time to really focus on that foundation and to apply that to when the ball starts rolling again on the world and things, go back to normal. You will be ahead of the game because you were paying attention to your foundation in this time of rest. So let's also talk about Palm. So it's saying you are falling back into old patterns. If you don't learn from the past, it will repeat. Palm tree's appearance is an alert to protect you. It's an indicator of the return of a past lesson or issue, or even the return of people from your past. If it is a person from the past, trust that things have not changed and protect yourself accordingly, no matter how they appear. The Lord helps those who help themselves applies here. Help yourself and the Spirit will reinforce your efforts. So again, this is kind of a period where you might fall into like this Five of Cups, wallowing, oh, woe is me kind of pity thing. And you need to not fall back into whatever that bad past habit is, because you're just gonna, again, set yourself up for failure when things go back to normal. So lastly, we got the Daffodil before I show you guys the final cards here. Let's see, Daffodil, which is all about trusting your power. Daffodil is a harbinger of spring. A new season is upon you. It awakens inspiration and creativity, stirring the higher self. You have more power and creativity in situations than you may believe, and with power comes responsibility. You need to act on it. Trust in your creativity. Trust in your power. You can make it work. You have more power to change things than you realize. Surrender to the divine. Those around you will respond as long as you believe and trust in yourself and your ideas. Examine yourself in a new light. That's all. That goes back to having that self-esteem. So let's see what else we have here. So we have improving health, and we have not the right time. Again, for you guys, whatever it is that with this current situation, it's like it is not the right time. I think there was a card that was talking about, again, both cards were talking about being still, receiving. So it's not necessarily the right time to throw into full-blown action, because maybe in a lot of ways you physically cannot do that. But again, it's not the right time to be I feel like, worrying about what is the end result of like career or schooling right now. Right now is a time to just focus on you and what you actually want to see for your future. Because again, you're physically put into a position where you have to stop and you have to contemplate what the fuck it's been that you've been working so hard towards. I feel like you've lost your vision and you've lost what the main goal was. And I feel like a lot of you have really neglected your own health. So it's like you need to take this time to improve on your health, to get more in touch with your own body, which will help to improve your emotions, or maybe depression or anxiety that some of you are maybe that's being triggered with the current situation. Let's also go ahead and see. We have believe in the impossible with the blue moon. Yeah, I feel like some of you have given up on your dreams, like your big ultimate dreams, and because you didn't believe in them. But now is like a period where it's like you can actually achieve that if you just kind of wake the fuck up and realize, and that's kind of what this major pause in your life is about. So yeah, as the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests that you're about to get a rare chance and that something one-off could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking for too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, this rare opportunity before you, this is a rare opportunity before you. It's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. You believe that you are lucky. Miss this chance and it might not come back anytime soon. What happened may only happen once. The person you're inquiring about is a rare find. If you believe it, you can achieve it. This situation is unlikely to repeat. So again, and this goes for those here in the future who may view this video, whatever is currently happening that's affecting your school or your career, this is a rare event and it's not going to repeat. So it's like, whether it's positive or negative, you need to take advantage of it by having gratitude for it, no matter what it is, because it's teaching you something extremely valuable. It's also showing you, for you, particularly this group, what past patterns that you're still repeating and you need to finally break through. So we also have here the card of May. So either this coming May or at some point in the future here, May is significant. It could be significant to a birthday or maybe something to do with, again, school or career, however that might apply for you. We also have teardrops. Great personal sorrow. You need to release whatever the personal sorrow is that you're holding on to because it's really holding you back. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. See, I feel like this is giving you an opportunity to really reevaluate what it is you've been working on to find a better path to what you want, what your dreams are, because you can make money on that path. Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the future, near future. So yeah, again, this whole situation is causing you to realize that there's some problem in what you've been doing for career or school that you've been ignoring, and it's like you need to fix that before you start again. We have the pig, beware of greed. We have shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. We also have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You have to believe that you can achieve it or it's never going to happen. Oh, that's so crazy. We have two eyes here. I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. That's been a big message throughout this whole entire pile here. So our final little messages are these little doors here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you said doors. I'm doing them reversed. So let's go ahead and see what each one of these has to say. So palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. So listen to the notes of intuition. Again, you're getting intuition. I was even talking about you guys should look at your natal chart. This is what this is all about. It's understanding yourself. And again, even identifying repeating patterns. The other thing with palmistry that's really important is that you can physically change your lines through your decisions that you make. So it's like if a certain line says, oh, that you'll you'll never be married. Well, you can change that through your own actions and your own belief. For this door, it says, freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for a divine, sacred reason. Again, believe in the impossible in your dreams. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. So, obviously with the Ace of Cups, that can talk about an offer of love. So even though we're trying to focus on the school and career situation, there is a little bit of that coming up for you guys. Bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. And what was I talking about? You guys could be empaths. You could really be picking up an energy. You need to regularly be saging or Palo Santoing your space. If you sage, you definitely want to burn some incense or like put some positive energy back into that space, just because sage is heavy duty. And then we have the hummingbird song. Nectar of sweetness, in joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. So that's kind of an interesting card. I feel like that's going to really resonate for a specific group of you. There's something significant about the hummingbird. It's an important symbol for you. So that's going to again, this is about improving your health and healing yourself, using this time for that. So with that said, that is all the messages here for group 1. I hope that this brings some clarity to your current situation. Please do stay safe out there in the current climate that we're in as the time of me recording this, or any time that you happen to be watching this. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my Amazon wish list, my Instagram, Ko-fi, all that good stuff. And if you'd ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that info is always in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 with the water cube water lily girl, we're gonna go ahead and dive into your cards here and see what you need to know about current situation, for your career, for your schooling, all that stuff. So oh boy, we have the 3 of Swords. We also have the Knave of Cups. We also have the Knave of Pentacles. It's 2 knaves. That's very interesting. And then we also have the 4 of Pentacles. So this is just something that came to mind. And again, this isn't really related to career or school necessarily, or it could be for some of you, but I feel like in the current situation, some of you have just gone through a breakup, some sort of heartbreak, and that's kind of made you a little closed off. But you're breaking through that. You're going to be breaking through that. You're going to be opening up again. As far as your career and schooling goes, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of really young energy here with the 2 knaves. You're definitely needing to still go out there and discover more, to learn more, both in career and in schooling. So because there is no major arcanas right here, I don't feel like this is something super I don't feel like this current situation is necessarily impacting you in the same way. Like, I feel like some of you are really realizing this is a new opportunity because you were already kind of unhappy with things as they were. Like, you were kind of just moseying along in a certain system or a certain, you were kind of just doing the job because it was a job, and then you're trying to save up money or something, or you're afraid of losing wealth. So it's like, or losing, material security. So it's like, you're just doing it to do it, even though it made you very unhappy. It wasn't satisfying you. This kind of gives you an opportunity to stop, and you're rediscovering more about yourself. You're seeing the ideals, you're getting ideas, you're getting inspired is what I feel like. And you're reconnecting to maybe a love for the arts in some way, or a love for creativity, a love of exploration or research. For some of you, There could be, you're almost spending more time to love yourself, or maybe even falling in love with somebody somehow, even though it might be like a long distance thing, but it's like you kind of have maybe a crush on somebody and you're spending more time to finally heal a portion of your heart that was broken before. I know that this is like turning into more of like a larger general reading, but again, I'm going to say whatever messages come through. You know, you're observing more with the Knave of Pentacles. You're believing in yourself more, in the success that you can achieve, because you've been already stagnant for a long time. You've had material fears and uncertainty, but there's something about the current situation that's actually waking you up. You're finally going to, especially if you embrace this youthful, like, wow, this is a new opportunity. I'm like forced to stop and actually get some time to myself to like, you know, enjoy myself and what I'm passionate about, and realizing like, hey, you know, maybe I can actually do something with this. Maybe this is even for some of you, it's like you went to school for a specific thing and you're working in a job that is not even applied to that specific thing you learned. And it's like, why am I wasting my time when I got this degree in something else? When it's like, I love that. So why am I not doing that? Because I've, you know, jumped at the one opportunity that gave me security, is just what I'm getting here, you know. Very interesting message. I know, I'm feeling that this is a more hopeful time than you guys realize, you know. I feel like you're moving away from tragedy and heartbreak with Three of Swords here. It's like, you know, this is almost like past situations, and this is what you're stepping into now, or what you will be stepping in soon. If like this is kind of what you're feeling, it's like you're gonna have a renewed sense of what it is you want to do for career, what it is you want to study in school after this whole thing blows over. So let's also see what other cards we have here. We have Aegirian. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one, but we also have Ciarra with surround yourself with protective energy. We also have the Air Guardian, shift your perception. We also have receive, be open to receiving goodness, believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. See, yeah, and so crazy. Look at the imagery there. She's holding that, and that's what's the name. It's like you're getting that clarity. You're holding it for yourself. So let's go ahead and talk about the Aegirian card here. Essential meanings are integrity, solidarity, impeccability, reliability, and consistency. You know, although we are always evolving, we all possess deeply held values that we do not have to compromise. Your personal integrity matters. So if you're feeling pressured to say yes when your heart says no, or to be something you're not, listen to the message of Aegirian spirit brings you. Now is a time to remember the importance of being reliable and impeccable with your word. If you really want to say no, don't say yes for now, and try to correct your mistake later. People may struggle to accept your truth and your decisions, but stick to them. Be solid and consistent, because what matters to you deep down matters to the conscious universe who loves you. If you're feeling unsure, doubting whether you have a right to take a stand, become still and reconnect with the conscious universe through this crystal. It's not your job to protect everyone's feelings and keep the peace at all costs. You don't have to rush about smoothing everything over. Be at peace as you stand firm, for your deepest values are in sync with your purpose, and the conscious universe wants you to feel and be strong right now. So, you know, now is a time to be unfailing in your adherence to your values. Know where you are willing to bend and where you are not. Be in touch with what matters most to you, knowing that abundance takes many forms and will show up in many ways. Be fully present and impeccable in your financial transactions and dealings. If you have money decisions to make, meditate on what fair looks like. You will have greater clarity about where to make a stand and where a little compromise feels right. Again, that's what I feel like you guys are learning through this whole thing, because you're getting that perception shift. So speaking of that Air Guardian, you know, this is about improving also your communication. So, change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. Group 1 even got a little bit of that message. So when this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You are being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you're being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance that the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. You are being guided to open your eyes and your mind and go beyond any limits you have set for yourself and recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you're ready to do the internal work to support them. See? And then with the arrow, this is surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of the situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. So once you do that, you'll be open to, again, receiving something really important for you guys. Again, I feel like it's really, really important that you understand that the key to unlocking your greatest abundance is your ability to receive. That's literally what this card is talking about. The greater your sense of worthiness, the greater your capacity to accept the gifts and blessings the universe wishes to give you. So again, some of you have really been, or you're currently in, a huge lack mindset. Part of it is part of just the events in the world right now that are causing you to feel that way. But you need to not worry so much about that and worry more about, again, what it's doing, what you are allowing it to do to yourself, to do to your own psyche. You are allowing something else, something that you can't even control, to kind of ruin your day, is just what I'm getting here. So it's like, you got to stop that. The greater your capacity to accept the gifts and blessings of the universe wishes to give you. There are many gifts waiting to come to you right now, but any guilt, shame, or unworthiness in your system will act like a force field and repel your prosperity. Yes, it is good to practice to think positively, be grateful, send out desires to the universe, and say affirmations. However, these tools can only be effective if they are supported by the strong sense that you deserve the good you are asking for. This enchantress and her unicorn hold a crystal sphere containing all of your heart's desires. They are telling you that all of these gifts can come flowing into your reality when you heal inner wounds and release limiting beliefs that block your ability to receive. They invite you to see yourself through the eyes of the divine as a lovable, worthy being, and in doing so, to open your floodgates of abundance. There are gifts and blessings beyond your wildest dreams, just waiting to surprise and delight you. There is nothing special you need to do in order to be worthy of them except to believe that you are. So again, believe that you are worthy of material security, of healing, and that's what's going to come to you, of love, of creativity, and that's what's going to happen. You have to shift your perception about this situation. You can't see it in a negative way, or that's all it will ever be. So let's see what else we have here. We have helpful people, and we have no. I feel like that no is kind of a message of, stop thinking in the negative. You have to remain open. Yeah, you needn't worry. You will see why certain things just haven't worked out for you, because again, it goes right back to your own mindset. There's also a lot of, available help to you in the form of people who can really lend you a hand if they're positive. Again, there was that message of protecting your energy and making sure that it's not negative people you're welcoming in. But again, there's somebody maybe potentially that you can work with who will help you. Because yeah, especially since we have the full moon in Leo here, where it's saying don't let pride get in your way. I feel like you guys are kind of saying no to a lot of opportunities because you're coming from that lack mindset and you're not open to receiving the help that is coming your way from spirit or from other people around you. So let's go ahead and see what's going on more with this card. So, have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you're not, you haven't been doing so, doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. So maybe you need to help people more. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. So let's also look at your additional messages here. So we have wall, misunderstanding. Yeah, you might have had a misunderstanding with somebody in a school or work situation, or you're misunderstanding the situation yourself. And work, achievement, and success. Ants are very cooperative. They're very, they're built. What am I trying to say here? They work together as a team to achieve great things. So cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. That is that 4 of Pentacles and that 3 of Swords. That's totally what I was saying. We have whale, great worry over nothing. Again, you guys are worrying over something that you can't even control and you need to stop. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So again, you guys have been feeling, I feel like you've been feeling this for a long time, but this situation can actually be really beneficial for you to wake up and realize that, hey, you just need to be in a time of receiving. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. We have carriage, a journey either physical or mental. You are going through a major mental journey. Broom, new home, new attitude. Just cleansing, spring cleaning, make your home new, because again, a lot of us are spending a lot of time in our home. This is a great opportunity to throw away the things that are no longer serving you. Because maybe some of you are even like hoarders. You're hoarding onto too many things, and it's like, they're just material things. They're not actually giving you any value anymore. They're just taking up space that could be, welcome in new things, beneficial things. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Cup, you should accept valid criticism, help from others. So for your crystals here, for your final messages, we have this one, which is, let's see, Diopatase. I'm not sure how you actually pronounce this, but it's love. I am love and love is me. Again, having more love for yourself, having more love for others. That's totally that Knave of Cups. We also have Buja stones, which is all about balance. So I am balanced, whole, and complete. This is Scolasite, which is peace. I'm an instrument of peace. And then we have Numite, strength. I am strong in mind, body, and spirit. So these are affirmations that you guys, in order for them to actually, manifest, you have to believe that you deserve these things and that you are these things. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing in this pile. Please, guys, stay safe out there. Use your common sense. Don't do stupid shit. Spend this time to really do that self-reflection and, change your perception. So, of course, if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to my Amazon wishlist, Ko-fi, my Instagram, and if you'd ever like to book a private reading with me, all that info is down in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 3 with Astra here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what you need to know right now. So for our tarot, we have the Three of Wands, which is the writer's card. So some of you, maybe for career or maybe for school, you do a lot in regards to writing. So I feel like almost like this time period right now, with the current situation, you know, as I'm filming this, you know, a lot of people are staying indoors for obvious reasons. This is actually a good time for you guys to focus more on your writing, on your creativity. You're waiting for things to blow over. Like, I feel like, you know, clearly with something like the Tower here, like this has been a big shift in your belief systems and your foundations. It's really shaken things up, but I feel like you're not taking it in a bad way at all, because we have the Six of Pentacles here. It's like, it's a time for you to share more. Like, again, I'm just getting the sense here that you're not, I don't know, you're not so worried about it all. I feel like you guys are more of a group where it's like you kind of work for yourself anyway, or you study for yourself. It's like you are a more self-motivated group, so it's like this wasn't so terrifying for you. It's almost like you guys saw it coming, and so in a lot of ways you prepared, and you're also not like an asshole where it's like you're taking more than you need, or being somebody who's, I'm not getting the sense that you, even though we have the Tower here, it's like, I'm not getting the sense that you are like a panicking person. Like the Tower may be falling and tumbling around you, but you're like, yeah, I knew, yeah, it is. So I'm not going to let it ruin my day or ruin my life, because I know things will go back to normal at some point. So you're just kind of, it feels like you're waiting it out in some way. So yeah, look at this. We have the Book of Shadows with Secret. Interesting. We also have All Tied Up. It's like you're aware of the situation, that you're kind of like, I'm in this situation, I'm tied up, I can't do anything. But it's like you're finding ways of, you know, still keeping yourself busy. Again, you have accepted this change in perception, this change. I just feel like you've adapted to it a lot better than other people. We have Pause, and we have Perfect Setting. Yeah, it's like, this has almost been like, I don't know, this is going to sound messed up, like the perfect setting for you to like, really like, wow, I have all this time. I can like, you know, spend it doing things that I've always kind of wanted to do, you know, write that book, make that painting, you know, study in my Book of Shadows. It's like you've taken advantage. I feel like your group that's taken advantage of this whole thing, and you're trying to share it with other people. You're trying to uplift others as well, and trying to help them like handle this Tower moment. But, you know, some people are just not as open to that. They're struggling with it a lot more, which is understandable, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like you are kind of a unique group. Maybe it's because you guys are a more spiritual group in some ways. So, you know, with the Book of Shadows, it's play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your Book of Shadows. Trust in it. So yeah, it's like you guys are kind of having a lot of really good ideas, a lot of creative ideas. Like this is like, bam, like this has really opened you up, I feel like. And you just need to be mindful of who you're sharing those ideas with. But I feel like it's really worth your time to do it. You know, it's interesting because the All Tied Up is talking about, you know, lack of motivation or sense of personal freedom. You know, this card shows a woman tied up with vines around her wrists, body, and arms. Receiving this card upright represents a situation in your life where things seem to be severely stuck. A major drama may be going on around you, stopping you from moving forward. Or maybe that some technicalities are blocking your way. Perhaps you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made. Whatever is holding things up, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. If this isn't technically the case for you, what's tying you up is your own personal stuff. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer. Are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or in a negative habit that you refuse to deal with? If so, it's time to cut the vines and make some serious changes now. You needn't live in your self-imposed jail any longer. Again, I don't really feel like that necessarily completely applies to some of you. I feel like this almost may be how you felt in other aspects of your life, maybe even before this happened, but it's like you're kind of, again, like there are physical restrictions and technicalities blocking the way for a lot of people right now. But again, I feel like you guys are kind of handling it in a much different way. I don't know. This is a very different group. So let's look at the pause and the perfect setting as well. So take a moment to assess, this is the pause card, what is really going on at this time. You are holding on to control and not allowing many wonderful blessings to come into your life. Grant yourself an opportunity to get into the sunshine. You deserve to receive this new prospect. Resistance can create unhealthy blocks. Interference can be caused by a multitude of energies, including your own attitude, other people, the weather, and so on. Create the opportunity to regroup and don't feel the need to fight what is happening. It's a waste of energy. Find something else to do and wait until there is a better flow to finish the task at hand. The willingness to try something new is all that is needed to create something wonderful. That's what I feel like. Again, I feel like you guys have reserved yourself to the fact that you are kind of in a tied up situation right now when it comes to career or when it comes to school, just generally in life. And so it's like you're using it as your advantage just to try something different, to try something else while you're kind of waiting for, again, the ship of regular life to come back into the harbor. You're kind of like, well, this is the current situation. There's really not much I can do about it. So I'm just going to be like, I'm going to shrug my shoulders and kind of figure it out from here. So with the perfect setting, if you have a goal or vision, be sure to provide the right surroundings for that dream to flourish. Positive self-talk, affirmations, being kind to yourself, celebrating your talents and successes, all of these create fertile soil for your dreams to take root and grow. Sometimes when you push too hard, it can hinder the harmonious unfolding of your journey. Trust the process, relax, and allow nature to take its course. Belief and positive support is needed to accomplish your goal. Keep in mind, nature makes growing and blossoming look effortless, but the secret is in all the details: position, sun, oil, air, water, and nourishment. Make sure you are taking steps necessary to attain your perfect environment. So again, I feel like some of you are kind of realizing this. You're going with the flow. You're kind of letting nature take its course. Others of you are kind of fighting against this still, and you haven't adapted well. And so that's why you're really fighting against this type. It's like, in Harry Potter, and I think it's the first book and the first movie in the chambers. Hopefully I'm not. Philosopher's Stone. Oh my God, I'm going to be like, I'm triggering so many people right now. The first book is Philosopher's Stone. Yes. So during the trials to like get to where the stone is hidden, it's like there's those vines. It's like the harder you struggle against them, the more they tighten, the more they constrict. That's what some of you are doing to try to fight against this tower moment, while others of you have just accepted it and gone with it. And it's like there's not much you can do in this situation except enjoy the time that you have right now to try some different things. So let's see what else. We have look for a sign. We have take action. And we have communicate clearly. So again, this is a perfect time for a lot of you to really pay attention to the signs that are being shown to you. This pause is allowing you to, see this, and then you're taking action towards things that you've been meaning to take action towards for a long time. Just because you maybe physically can't go to school or you can't go to your job or whatever, doesn't mean that you can't be laying down groundwork to make positive things towards that. You can still be working. You can still be learning. In the meantime, you don't have to stop taking action. So we also have hold your vision, fixed moon, and we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So with the hold your vision, this is referring to the fixed zodiac signs, which are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It's saying there are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second is very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. See, that's what I was reading off this, like completely. It's like some of you are either like you're standing firm in whatever you're in right now and you're just going with it. And you're like, yeah, this is what's happening, but hey, I'm all right. And others of you are like feeling like you're totally stuck and that you're struggling against it. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Again, everybody is doing that. That's the whole, I knew that was going to be the whole collective message throughout all of this. So to attune to this, say yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. So yeah, even though you're in like a stuck situation, don't be stagnant. Keep doing things. Try new things. Study, read a book, paint a picture, write a story. It's like, do something that brings you joy. Like, you don't have to stop doing things. I feel like some of you are kind of like, oh, I can't work, I can't go to school, and I'm just going to stop doing anything. It's like, no. Learn to communicate better with yourself and with your guides and reading those signs, because it's like the universe is showing you like, hey, wow, this is a great opportunity for so many people to realize that, hey, you have this talent. Hey, you can really do this thing. Hey, look at me over here. It's like, we've been trying to get your attention to wake up to this for so long. So finally, just take a leap of faith and do the thing. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. And then, of course, with the full moon in Capricorn, this is all about how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. So for some of you, this whole situation is a chance for you to finally make a change in jobs. Do something that is more aligned to what your life purpose is of helping to give back to others. The end of a rough cycle time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. So, how to attune to this? Release control and trust the universe. A professional project may be ending now. Admit if you've been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. So for some other cards we have here, we have happiness. We also have coins. Money will be coming to you. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. That's that full moon in Capricorn. That's the all tied up. Some of you are either you're moving with the flow or you're so stubborn and digging your heels in. We have December. So this coming December might be very significant for you guys. We also have Dagger. Fear, worries, and tense situations. We have Tree. Affairs with your family. We have Heart. Love, deep affection, and caring. We have the Quill. Get back to the basics. And the quill is, a writing utensil. Get back into writing for some of you. And then we have Chair Filled. Someone new is entering your life. Really interesting. So we also have some sigils here that you might want to use. So we have Felix Felicius. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. Those signs and synchronicities. We have perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. You got to persevere through this. It's not, just keep going. Keep doing the work that you can do. We have Trinka 5, which, again, some of you might be seeing the synchronicity of 555 a lot right now. Manifesting money and income. We have the triple moon. Embrace all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. We have self-confidence. Grow a strong self-belief and a sense of worth. And then we have fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. Very interesting. So, Again, I hope that you guys are staying safe out there. You know, I hope that this reading gave you some kind of insight or some sort of help when it comes to your current situation. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to, you know, Amazon, to Ko-fi, Instagram. And of course, if you ever want to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, everything is always in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 4 with the honeycomb girl here, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards and see what it is you need to know. So we have the 6 of Pentacles. Very interesting because the last group also had the same energy. We also have, we have the 9 of Cups. Wow. Very interesting. We have, I believe this is the Chariot, but let me just double check with this particular deck here. No, yes, it is the Chariot. I was right. So yes, we have the Chariot as well. So a lot of Cancer, water energy, and we have the 10 of Wands. So again, this is kind of similar to the last group where I'm not, like, off the tarot, I'm not getting that you guys are necessarily viewing this as such a bad situation that you're currently in. It's like you're kind of, some of you are really spending a lot of time taking baths for some reason, because they're relaxing. It's like you have a lot of time on your hands, and I think you're realizing just how much baggage and bullshit that you've been carrying on from your career or from your school. It's like, it's just all too much. I feel like you guys are kind of a group where it's like you're almost reveling in like this physical block that is put on the whole entire world, where everybody just has to stop, shut the fuck up, and like chill out for a while and stop kind of the madness. It's just what I'm getting here. It's like you guys are a group where it's like you're kind of, it's like you're gonna be fine. Like really, like you guys are gonna be totally fine, because it's, again, I feel like you're really moving away from the things that are no longer serving you, and you're not taking responsibility for shit that isn't your responsibility, and you're just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna work on fulfilling my own wishes and my own dreams, and while I will still support and be, you know, receptive and, you know, charitable to others, I know my own worth now, and I'm going to head towards my own triumph and my own victory through this. Because some of you had definitely been in that, you know, a consciousness of lack, and, you know, some of you are still going to definitely be dealing with that. I'm specifically getting with this card is like some of you who are like in school, you've held on to a lot of consciousness of lack about what your degree is, like feeling like and believing when people say that, oh, you know, what you're studying, what you're doing is something that you can't make money in. And I'm getting the sense, well, we'll see specific messages from all of these cards, but I'm feeling like that's something you guys, this whole experience is teaching you how to not be in this mindset. Yeah, because you're in a time of a lot of solitude right now. I feel like you're really questioning a lot of your connections to other people. And yeah, we also have do not fear the unknown. And we have embrace the dark. It's like this is a big time for shadow work for you guys who are this, pick this particular group. Because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of stress and a lot of just like bullshit that has blocked your own creativity and own passion when it comes to your work and your career. So let's go ahead and get more specific with these particular messages. So, you know, with the consciousness of lack, this is about something is missing, and I think you're realizing what that something is. A man leans dejectedly on a concrete heart, his back turned to the potential gold and beauty held there. His melancholy seems overwhelming, and this card may reveal a similar energy for you at this time. There may be some financial limitation for you, possibly even significant money woes, but this card could indicate restriction in other areas as well. You may be experiencing some limitations in love or relationships, and the feelings of loss could be frustrating or sad. This consciousness card reveals even deeper issues than the great gratitude card reversed. It demands that you shift out of the lack consciousness now. Even if you feel something is missing in your life, your fear only restricts you further, making you more miserable and manifesting more limitation. It may be difficult to focus on something positive when you're lonely or have financial troubles, but it's absolutely necessary to do so if you want to change that reality. Take the steps you need to resolve whatever issues may be bothering you, but don't stop there. Make the energetic cause to always acknowledge what you have, even in the smallest detail. Choosing to value yourself and your life will break down the harsh feelings in your heart and bring many amazing experiences to you. I feel like specifically, that's why I'm saying this group is kind of similar to the last group. Because I'm getting two distinct different messages. And that some of you are totally major extroverts, and this whole thing has really thrown you for a loop because you've had to be in solitude and, removed from the people that you're closest to, your friends, family, and it's really like freaking you out because it's like you've always been around people. It's like you need that energy around you, and because some of you, it's because when you're alone, your own personal insecurities and that consciousness of lack comes through and really eats away at you because you haven't healed that shadow aspect yet. For others of you who are like, yo, I'm an introvert, you're loving this situation because it's like you get more time in a way to finally do the shadow work you've been wanting to spend and reconnect to yourself. It's like you're enjoying this even extra amount of solitude in a way. But there's a fine line between that because even us extroverts, or even ambiverts, we still need people, we still need connections, and we still need to be around people. So it's like, it's almost about finding a new way of communicating to people and finding new connections that are more beneficial as well. So I know that might sound very strange and contradictory, but that's just what the messages I'm getting. So with the island, creating your own personal island. So, with this, the solitary tree on this island, surrounded by the glassy sea, can invoke different feelings depending on one's perception and beliefs. The tree, which is in full blossom, stands out amid the relative starkness and is illuminated by a beam of light emerging from the otherwise dark sky. It's an elegant reminder of how even in what might appear to be relatively barren circumstances, there's still beauty and growth. Although an island like this can be a metaphor for isolation and desolation, the thriving tree proves that even in the harshest of environments, there is life. We can see the tree's spider-like roots spreading out along the rock, seeking nourishment from the moist soil. The sense of peace and solitude depicted in this image provides nourishment for the soul. So you need to take some time for solitude, preferably in silence. Spend the morning, afternoon, or even the entire day by yourself, completely unplanned and unstructured. The bombardment of your senses by the noise and intensity of society leaves you on alert for more than is necessary. The vibration of millions of people's worries and fears throughout the world can impinge upon you and greatly affect you if you do not honor your need to pull back from time to time. So when you have passed through any self-constructed barriers to enjoying the quiet peace of solitude, it will serve you best if you simply observe the thoughts and emotions that pass through you, especially those that cause shortness of breath or a quickening heartbeat. Remember that isolation is experienced not by choice but out of fear. When you decide to spend time with yourself in solitude, however, you're choosing to once again find and connect with who you really are. So again, some of you have to change that perception of like what is isolation and what is solitude. Again, a lot of people are in isolation right now, and that's because they're feeling like you need to change that, even though like literally we have to be kind of like in isolation for health reasons. You need to change that perception to I'm in solitude, which means you're taking the time to find out who you really are again. So again, also I would say a lot of you should definitely be taking salt baths right now to help with the picking up on the energy of the rest of the world and people around you. That can be really, overwhelming. So let's talk about these other cards right here. So with do not fear the unknown. The ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful not always good and just. This is something I totally say, it's basically what I say all the time about light and darkness. Light is not always inherently good and darkness is not always inherently evil. It's all in your own perception, how you use it. So failure is not predetermined, nor is it a given that others laugh as you choose to follow your dreams. It is your fear of the unknown that makes you question and judge. Do not let others' experience be the truth that guides you. Do not allow your fear of an unknown outcome to hold you prisoner. Your own experience could be both different and rewarding. Live. And then, of course, we have embrace the dark. You've been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive. Good gives rise to good and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. Oh, I love that fucking message of this card. This is like what I say all the time. This is like my personal belief completely. So let's go ahead and look at the final cards we have here. So we have unlikely and we have be assertive. It's like, I'm definitely getting clear. It's like for some of you guys, the ideas that you've had when it comes to career or work or even just your life in general that you've always thought of, that it's unlikely that will ever come to me, that I will triumph or that I will have that success or something. It's like, shut the fuck up. One, stop with that lack mindset and just be assertive. Take off the mask and show the world the real you and go after what you want. Don't be scared of the unknown, or it will always be an unlikely. If you have that feeling and that perspective at things. Holy fucking shit. I didn't even see the next card, and literally what did I just say? I said take off the mask and show the world the real you. Are you fucking kidding me? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. That is so funny. I swear to you guys, I did not see this fucking card, and there it is. And I can't believe it. And we have the do not fear the unknown and like embrace your dark side. And now we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Holy shit. That is just so wackadoo. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the North Node or the South Node, again, check out your natal chart, learn about this because it's important. Your North Node, as I'll read that part first here so you guys understand what the North Node is and what this is talking about. But basically, like, the gist of it is that your South Node is the lessons and the things you've learned from the past or a past life. Those are the lessons you've already mastered. It's what feels comfortable. It's the known to you. It's not the unknown. The North Node is the unknown. And it's the things that make you feel uncomfortable. And it's the things you have to work on and achieve in this life. So to get more specific with it, the North Node is where the moon crosses the elliptical going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. So the message of this card is, There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So you are willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you were incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? So I know I'm headed in the right direction. You're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. You need to also show the world the real you with the full moon in Aquarius. So this card brings the message of from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You're too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. So we also have here April, which is currently when I am filming this video and when I will likely be posting this video. So there might be some significance for some of you for the rest of this April or maybe the coming April. We also have success. We also have the moon, changes in your life. Purse, pay attention to your finances. Holy shit, figures that October would be here. So October is going to be a really important month as well. This year, because we also have 2 blue moons in that. We have 2 full moons, one being a blue moon in that month. Cane, pay attention to your health. We also have the 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. And flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. So we also have here woods, be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. The night, and you have the moon here. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. Embrace the dark. Embrace your shadow self. We also have idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. Light. Look to the space between the trees for answers. Let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. That's so synchronistic wordings, really? Words here. Change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Look, we have October here. That is so weird, dude. Wow. Okay. This is a really crazy pile. So I hope that this brought you guys some insight, some help. Please do stay safe out there. Don't do stupid shit. Have common sense. Listen, be cleanly, wear a mask, wear gloves, wash your hands all the time, all that good stuff. So if you would like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out my Amazon wishlist, Ko-fi, Instagram. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the 5th and final pile here with Count Lucio, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what is up. So for the tarot, we have the Magician. We also have the 8 of Wands. And we have the Ace of Cups, which is interesting because the first pile also had the Ace of Cups in their reading. So what am I getting off? What am I? My words are just like going all over the place. What am I getting off this particular group here? I feel like this situation right now, for career, for work, schooling, it's like a major transformation for you guys. I almost feel like in a way you're getting way more focused. There's like some major messages coming through. I almost feel like there's also a really strong tie for some of you. Because again, there's also been throughout this whole entire reading messages and just general life stuff coming through. There could be really like somebody you're connecting with on a romantic sense, with the Ace of Cups being here. Right now, you're exchanging messages, but there's like an element where it's like you guys don't really like see each other because you literally physically can't see each other, but there's like kind of an element of like not knowing the identity, but it's like you do between you two. As far as like the career thing or schooling thing, it's like you are taking charge of the situation. Like you're not, just because it's like things have completely gone topsy-turvy in the world, you're not letting that stop you. You know, everything starts and begins with you. And you guys are embracing creativity right now. You are getting messages. You are receiving kind of downloads. And you're enjoying your senses now, because it's like a time of getting quiet and really connecting to your intuition and to your body as well. It's like you are connecting to all of that, and it's like almost hypersensitive. Like you're hyper aware of these things. And again, it's like these changes and these transformations are going through, and your instincts are changing. You know, you guys are a group that are not definitely not staying stagnant. I feel like you just know something is really going to come of this. You're not afraid of the changes that are going to happen or the endings that are occurring for work or career, because something better is about to be presented to you through this. So we also have deep knowing. We also have the observer. Yeah, you're taking time right now to be the observer. We also have an alien emerges in the reverse. We also have, oh boy, Hamadryad Lake in the upright. We also have the Fur Club Moss in reverse. So these are going to be interesting to see what the messages are. So let's start with the Deep Knowing and the Observer. So this is card 43. So the essential meanings here are intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. That's everything I literally just said. I don't think I've ever pulled the Deep Knowing card. I have pulled the Observer before, but I don't think I've ever pulled that card. And that's crazy that those are like the keywords for it. So intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and to then act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in, trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. So this is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them. Take the risk and act. Within you, there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits, which is definitely what I'm getting off the Magician. Like, that is genius energy. It's something that you can really tap into and take advantage of right now, because it's a time of quiet. It's a time of contemplation. So, observer, perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need to distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life that is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged in with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to the outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. Wow. That is crazy. So, let's see what else we got here. So, we have our 2 mermaid cards as well. Oh, that is so crazy. This is card 43 and this is card 43. So, these 2 are definitely strongly related to each other. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, excuse me. What is going on here? So let's start with that card. Card 43. I don't think I've ever read this card in the reverse, so I'm curious to see. Delight and familiarity. It's a good time to re-engage with the comfortable and familiar. Pull out your family's old recipes for comfort food, mend that old sweater you love but haven't worn in years, and reconnect with your parents and siblings on a personal level. Relish in that which is close and ordinary and appreciate it anew. That is so sweet. And again, that is like, for you guys, that's totally what this is all about. This is what you should take advantage of in this time where it's like work and study is put on pause. Use it to reconnect to your family, to your roots, to just do something just for the sheer mundane enjoyment of it. Okay, so let's jump to card 32, which I know it's going to have a very different message from that because it's about beware deception and enchantment. So a female with bad designs will seek to lead you astray when you are at your most vulnerable. She may be enchanting, but do not allow her to lure you down an improper path. Though you may feel defenseless, know that as long as you stay true to yourself, you will not be led astray. Keep your wits about you. The nefarious female in question may not be a stranger. She may be someone you already know whose goals are at odds with your own. Whether she is a trusted colleague, a longtime acquaintance, or a dazzling new friend, do not be deceived by the glamour of what she proposes. If a situation sounds too good to be true, trust your gut instinct. It is a deception. For some reason, roommates came to mind with that. Again, this is all about following your intuition. If you have a bad feeling about something or someone, follow that. This is a very specific message, and I only think it's going to resonate to a couple of you as a warning to pay attention to this. It really... In some sort of work or school situation, there is somebody like this who is trying to fuck you up. Yeah, trust your instincts about whoever this person is and cut ties. That's just what I'm getting with that. That's a very one-off kind of message. Take it, leave it. I don't know. That's up to you guys. But let's go ahead and also talk about this fur and club, which I've never, ever read this card. I've never even pulled this card, or let alone seen it very often. Honestly, guys, it's always funny when that happens. So it is in the reverse, which has to do about letting go, ending, premature conclusion. Interesting. Let's see what it says. So fur club moss was traditionally used as an abortificant? Abortificant? I have no idea how the fuck to say that word. I'm sorry, guys. If you have chosen this card reverse, it is possible either that you should consider aborting a project before you incur any further outlay of time, energy, or money, or that this process has already occurred. Just as a plant or animal produces far more seeds than will ever mature into a new being, so we as humans produce far more ideas that can ever be realized. It can be tough letting go of an idea or project, but it is a necessary part of life. We can still grieve for what is not to be, even as we accept that the advisability or inevitability of the event. It's also important to gain an insight into a card's potential meaning by considering the context of the reading and the card's position in the spread. In certain situations, this card reverse may indicate that caution must be exercised at this moment to prevent the premature conclusion of an issue or project. In its early days, a project needs nurturing, and too much exposure to criticism can be detrimental. So either for some of you, it's like this whole situation is like making you realize like what projects that you've been like expending too much energy towards are like not worth your time anymore. Or I feel like this is kind of connected to this nefarious female. Maybe there's like somebody who is like really harshly criticizing a project before you even gotten a chance to start it, and you really need to like tell that person to go shut the fuck up and get away from you, because it's like you need to nurture your own shit regardless of what anybody else thinks. I don't know. That's just the message I'm getting. There's a this pile has a very specific personal kind of message for a couple of you. So yeah, let's see what else we have here, you know. Oh boy. So we have, can I stop bumping this? Jesus. If you believe, dog hair is on my shit. Big happy changes. So yeah, this is like a great opportunity for some big happy changes if you believe in it. If you believe that there's going to be good from this situation, then that's what you're going to get. We also have, again, going back to that intuition, balanced spirituality and practicality with the full moon in Pisces, and we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And I just realized you are a group that I did not pull. I'm so glad I realized this. The tea leaf cards for. So we're actually going to be doing that live for you guys. Because I goofed and I didn't pull them. But let's first talk about these moon cards we have before I pull those. So that's so funny. I knew I was gonna forget like a card like that at some point. But full moon in Pisces. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. Again, that following your intuition of being the observer. You're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition. It won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. Interesting. Avoid substance abuse. Everybody be drinking that wine right now while in quarantine. It's just a joke. Oh, but fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and could be fiery. This card has come up a lot in personal readings and other readings I've done recently. It's crazy. So be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good. Just don't ride raw sound over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue. You need to have more fun. All right, so because your friendly neighborhood YouTube reader here goofed and didn't pull these before the start of the video, she's going to pull them all live for you now. So what does my group 5s need to know in regards to, career, the current situation for career, and schooling with events happening right now? What do you all need to know? What are your messages? What additional information do you need to know? One more. Come here. All right. So, let's see what we got here. We have harp, great happiness. We have mountain road. You're on the road to success. So you're on the right track right now. Frying pan, trouble or accusations. So I feel like someone of you might try to throw accusations at you. We have November. This comes out so much lately. It's crazy. So November is significant for you guys. We have arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. What did I just say? That was crazy. We also have September. Look at that. September, November. We have rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. That's that Ace of Cups coming through, like, A, really feeling your body and shit right now. You're bored. Okay. Star. Guaranteed success. See, you're on the road to success. You're guaranteed success. It's like, yeah. Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Follow your intuition then. Butterfly. A change for the better. Hills. Obstacles to overcome. You're going to overcome them. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. That's what I was getting with that magician and the Ace of Cups situation. Maybe it's somebody who's going to help you with schooling or work, or again, it might be something like romance related. I've been getting a little bit of that in each pile, even though that's not really the strong focus of this reading. Ear. Good news. And then we have hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. Almost view this as a kind of a vacation. So we also have preservation. Reevaluate this battle you are engaged in. A hasty retreat may be in order. Self-preservation may be the only thing salvageable. We have resilience. Someone is protecting you from the truth because they are worried about your response. It's not their decision to make. You're tougher than they think. You're also more fiery than they think. Curiosity. There is so much knowledge surrounding this decision you need to make. However, there are more options you have not yet considered. Slow down and the right opportunity will present itself. We also have self-love. Self-love is not egotistical. It shows you and others that you are worthwhile and deserve love in all its many forms. I just keep going back to like the Ace of Cups feeling. The joke that I'm thinking in my mind is that joke, but masturbation is just what keeps coming to mind for some reason. Sorry. Weirdness. No one has your best interests at heart. Others have their own agendas. Step up and take control of the situation. It's the very thing that people are not expecting you to do. And then we have foolishness. You're worried that by letting go of your frustration, those who are responsible will perceive that they have won. Well, they have won because the only one suffering is you. Exactly. So, with that said, those are the messages for this last group. So I hope that you guys are staying safe, stay smart, stay indoors for now. And I thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you'd like to support and help out the channel, there's going to be links to my Amazon, my Ko-fi, my Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that info is always in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.